What is going on, everyone? My name is Under the Radar, and today I'm bringing you the team builder for my round 5 video against the one and only Juancito Marvel. Really cool dude, one of my closest friends. I love him. I love him in this community. He's a really nice guy. He has a channel. Make sure you guys go check him out. I'd really appreciate if you went and checked him out. Showed him some love for me. He's a really awesome dude. He really truly is, and he has a heart of gold. Easily one of the nicest guys. So. I'm just going to jump right into it. I'm going to try not to make this very long, but his team is actually Tornadisterian, Raikou, Mega Medicham, Gastrodon, Chestnut, Skarmory, Volcarona, and Avalugg. He has a very threatening team, in case you did not realize, by his massive amounts of, how can I put this? Threats. Do you hear my dog in the background? So anyway, going into this match, I know how powerful Mega Medicham is. It was one of my favorite Megas back whenever X and Y first came out, so I knew the power that it had. I used it on Battle Spot. It got me up to like the 1800s in Battle Spot, just that Pokemon alone. So it's a fantastic Pokemon. Another thing to watch out for is this Volt Turn Core of Tornadus and Raikou. It's very, very good. Very, very good. The only thing is about his team is that he has a couple things that can break walls. However, once they're damaged and they get killed because they're kind of sort of frail, he can't break walls anymore, and his walls have weaknesses. Shut up, dog. Please. I'm in the middle of something. Shake all you want. I'm in the middle of something. I swear, dogs are so inconsiderate. Anyway, but like I said, like his walls have a lot of weaknesses. Like Gastron has a 4 times weakness, Chestnut has a 4 times weakness, Volcarona has a 4 times weakness, Skarmory and Avalugg share a weakness, and then also Raikou and Volcarona share a weakness, along with Tornadus being weak to rocks and being weak to like electric and ice, which Chestnut and Skarmory don't appreciate. Like his team, while it's very good and has a lot of threatening Pokemon, I think it has a lot of holes in it, which I think if he had kept Nidoking in the transfers, I honestly think that a lot of his holes that I think are there would be patched up. And he would have easily the scariest team in the entire league. And right now, he is 1-3? 1-3 technically. And I feel like he could come right back and win the rest of his games. That's how good I think this... I'm in the middle of something. Please stop. Do you hear this dog? I hope you hear this dog. Please. Shh. Come here. Come here. Yeah? Sit. Okay. Anyway, getting back to where I was going. So I kind of just need to wear down his team very slowly, and then once they're worn down, like, just super effective hits kill them very easily, even if they're uninvested super effective hits, which is extremely nice, and I need to keep that in mind. So going into this match, the first mod that I knew I wanted to bring was Mega Houndoom. The reason why is because this thing has the potential to nuke his entire team and kill everything. He has nothing that wants to switch into Fire Blast aside from Gastrodon, and if he switches into a Fire Blast, Hidden Power Grass kills him the next turn unless he has a Rindo Berry. So, and he's been running Rindo Berry basically every single week, which kind of tells me he can't be Rocky Helmet, he can't be Leftovers, and that kind of sort of helps me a lot in the long run, which means that if I can pop his Rindo Berry with moves later on, then this thing can kill it easily. Mega Medicham cannot take a Dark Pulse or a Fire Blast. Assault Vest Tornadus takes about 45% minimum from a Fire Blast, and Raikou from Assault Vest takes about 45% minimum from a Fire Blast. So it's very, very powerful, hits him very hard. I'm also running max speed to potentially outspeed a non-Choice Scarf Raikou, like a Choice Specs Raikou, like he wants to like plow through my team with it. He does a lot of speed creepings. Dixie, I'm so serious. Stop. I swear on my life, I've never had problems with my dogs during recordings before, but right now she's really getting on my last nerve. So basically, if I can get this thing in for free, I get free 50% off on anything I want. Volcarona doesn't appreciate Fire Blast no matter what. Avalugg dies to Fire Blast, even if it's specially defensive. Skarmory dies to Fire Blast if its sturdy is broken, if I have rocks up, things like that. and then Chestnut dies to Fire Blast. Like, he has nothing that can take a Fire Blast whatsoever, and as much as I dislike the low accuracy of it, I kind of need to run it because it just nukes everything in its path, and I absolutely love it. It's so powerful. Like, there's no way that I can not notice how strong this thing is. Another thing that this thing does as a lead is it kind of sort of enables me to see how he wants to play the game. If he leads off with something like his Mega Medicham and wants to Mega up and get a Fake Out to get a speed boost, that's fine, I can Protect. If I'm in against Mega Medicham, I'm going for Protect, no matter what, to scout him out. I get my speed boost, I'm faster, I can nuke either him or whatever he switches into because I will then outspeed, and it just won't be a fun time for him. And you won't have the free Fake Out damage. If he leads off with Tornadus, I can live any hit that isn't a superpower, which if I think that he might have superpower, I'm going to Protect to scout for it, because I'm not gonna worry about it that much. And if he leads off with Raikou, if he goes for like Volt Switch, I still live that no matter what, and I get to nuke something anyway. So there's like I lose nothing from leaving this thing in for my lead. However, if I let it die, I lose a lot, and I'm automatically on the back foot, which really, really hurts me. But that's Houndoom, and this set will make a lot more sense whenever you see what I have later on. So that's definitely Houndoom. That is definitely Houndoom. The next mon I knew I wanted to bring was my free agent pickup of Electivire. Now, I will say, this thing, it's slept on in League format. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's very underrated. However, this thing matches up amazingly. So amazingly. I'm running an Expert Belt set. Why am I running an Expert Belt set? Because I wanted to run Choice Scarf, however, then I would be locked into a move, and if I lock myself into Earthquake, I have to switch out against Tornadus. That's no bueno. If I lock myself into Thunder Punch and he goes into Raikou, I can't stay in, and he can Choice Specs Extra Sensory me or Shadow Ball me. That's not cool. If I lock myself into like Flamethrower and he goes into Gastrodon, then I can't HP Grass it. If I lock myself into like HP Grass and he goes into Volcarona, I can't EQ it. Like I can't be locked in. I just can't. It won't be good for the game. So I need to be Expert Belt so I can get off more power. 196 allows me to outspeed an Adamant Max Speed Mega Medicham. Mega Medicham is base 100 anyway, so the only way I would outspeed is if he's Adamant Max Speed. I think he might actually bring Adamant. The only thing that I think he wouldn't bring Adamant for is because he would be scared of my Electivire outspeeding it, and he would speed creep it. And then if he's Jolly, that means I can take more hits, and that makes me a very happy person. But Thunder Punch, I'm going to go down the calcs real quick so you guys can dig how much damage this thing does. Thunder Punch to a max HP Tornadus does about 76% minimum. So after rocks, he's dead. Raikou Earthquake does about 81%. So if he takes a little bit of damage, like Stealth Rocks, it's a roll, but it still almost kills. Mega Medicham, it doesn't die to anything in particular, but it is to a KO by Thunder Punch because it's not the most bulky thing. Gastrodon Spadef, Expert Belt Hidden Power Grass without a Rindo Berry does about 85%. If he has Rindo Berry, it still does about 40%, which is decent damage. If he goes for Earth Power, I can live in Earth Power or an Earthquake, which is really nice. Chestnut dies to 2 Flamethrowers, Skarmory dies to 2 Flamethrowers, Volcarona dies to 2 Earthquakes, and Avalugg dies to 2 Flamethrowers. So this thing can just nuke his entire team too. So between these 2 Pokemon, I should be able to nuke or 2-hit KO his entire team, and I shouldn't have to worry about it, right? But I'm going to miss a Fire Blast. I can already sense it in my mind. I'm going to miss a Fire Blast, and I know for a fact because I've used it 2 weeks in a row now. 2 weeks in a row now I've used Fire Blast. It's been going good. That's weird, especially for me. But I'm just saying I might not miss it, but I don't know. I just don't have. I don't know. I'm kind of worried about it. I'm kind of worried about missing Fire Blast. But this thing destroys his entire team with this moveset. I wanted to run Psychic. The reason why I wanted to run Psychic is because it would hit Chestnut, but it wouldn't hit Skarmory, and it would also, and I thought it would hit Mega Medicham super effectively, but because of the Psychic typing, it's neutral, and Expert Belt doesn't boost it, and I completely forgot about all that. And so I was running calcs, and I was like, oh, hey, that's stupid. Let me put Flamethrower on there. So that's what I did. So as of right now, I don't have a lot for Volcarona. Volcarona gets in and gets a free Quiver Dance up, it sweeps me. That's just the nature of the game, and I can't let that happen. So, also, one extra thing I wanted to point out about this. This set is mainly here to counter the Raikou. If I think he's going to Volt Switch a lot on me, I'm going to bring this thing in, and I promise you I'm going to get a +1 speed boost, and I'm going to sweep. I'm not going to sweep his entire team, but I'm going to kill Tornadus, I'm going to kill Raikou, and I'm going to kill Gastrodon. I promise you I'm going to kill as many things as I can with that +1 speed. He better not Volt Switch on me. He better not do it, because the second he gives me a boost, it's going to be hard for him to come back from it. And I don't want that to happen to Juan, because I love Juan, and I hope he doesn't make that mistake. However, that's Electivire. I'm so excited to use this thing. I love Electivire so damn much. So, like I was saying, I'm having a little bit of a problem with Volcarona, and as you could probably see this coming just because he has Volcarona and I have Clefable. This is going to be the Clefable set I'm running. Clefable, Unaware, with Leftovers, T-Wave, Hidden Power, Rock, Moonblast, Moonlight, and Max Defense. It's standard. It was used in the GBA. It was used in the PGL. It was used in so many different places that it's not even funny anymore. It's just, it works. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like, if he's a Life Orb, that's fine. Like, I can still live 2 Fiery Dances, a Fire Blast, 2 Bug Buzzes, a Giga Drain, and I can Thunder Wave you, and then automatically, you're not a threat to me anymore. So that's all I really care about. But this thing is amazing. Another thing to note about Juan's team is he doesn't have a Cleric. So if I can have this thing in and Thunder Wave the Tornadus, Mega Medicham, and Volcarona. That's all I need to Thunder Wave. 3 things. That's it. If I can Thunder Wave them, it makes my job a whole lot easier. And I think that's another problem that he has with his team. He doesn't have a Cleric. I think that that could really hurt him in this match because I have a lot of status that I could run on my team. But this thing also takes on things like Skarmory very well. Believe it or not, he can't really touch me because I can just Moonlight up on him. I'm not running Soft Boil because I don't feel like genning from past generation to get Soft Boil. I just don't. I realize that it might be better if he runs like Sunny Day. He's not running Sunny Day. And I know it's not going to come down to the point where I have to PP stall Soft Boils. Like, I'm not that type of battle. I'd rather switch out and let something go down before I PP stall. Like, that's just rude. But this thing is very well. It does very well against the team. It can also, fun fact, it can take 1 Poison Jab, it can take 1 High Jump Kick, and it can take 1 Bullet Punch from Adamant Mega Medicham. Which means if I get a free switch into this thing on his Mega Medicham, I can paralyze it and it's done. That's just it. It's done. Yeah, it can Bullet Punch stuff, but I have 3 things that resist, 4 things that resist it actually, because I'm pretty sure Electric resists Steel. I have to double check that, but this thing does a lot to his team. It can just sit in there and be fat and be Clef and be amazing. It's Clef is just becoming one of my all-time favorite Pokemon to use in the format, which I really, really like. So, right now in my process of team building, I knew I wanted those 3 months first. That was something that whenever I saw Juan's team, whenever he first drafted it, I knew that I wanted those things. Just because of the makeup of the team. And when I made the transfer, that's whenever I had to kind of sort of play around it. So the next thing I wanted was, I was kind of worried about Mega Medicham just sweeping my team. I needed a way to get chip damage on it, so that way a Dark Pulse would kill, a Thunder Punch would kill, things like that. And the way that I'm going to do that is I'm going to be a dickhead, and I'm going to run Rocky Helmet, Wish, Protect, Jirachi. Because while, yeah, I might be a dickhole, I'm okay with being a dickhole because I'm gonna get the Rocky Helmet damage that I need. I'm also running Zen Headbutt because as much as I don't want to flinch him out, if it comes down to it and I Thunder Wave the last 3 scary things on his team, I'll Zen Headbutt him to death. Like I mean, if I have to, I will. It's just the nature of the game. Stealth Rocks are also there to force a defog on Skarmory, because if he brings Volcarona, he has to defog. Whenever he has to defog, that means that he would get rid of the rocks on my side of the field if he has them up. That also means that I get a free switch into Electivire or Houndoom, and I get to nuke something. That's basically all. I don't want them there to like get the 50% on Volcarona. I want them there to force a defog for me to get a free switch in. That's all I care about. If I can get a free switch into anything, I'm good. I can get 50% off on something. That's amazing. He only has 2 walls with self-recovery, and that's Gastrodon and Skarmory. I mean, Avila gets Recover and Volcarona gets Roost, but they're not the most reliable, just because they're not, like, they have too many weaknesses. So, this thing will be amazing. Any single time that I think he's going to go for, like, a Poison Jab, High Jump Kick, Bullet Punch, Fake Out, I'm going to send this thing in, I'm going to get a 6 of his health gone. I'm not going to allow him to fake out spam me. Like, I did it with a Mega Lopunny in the LBA. Like, I did it with an Arcanine Rocky Helmet versus Megalopony, I'm going to do the exact same thing here and just prevent him and make him scared to hit me. That's what I'm going to try to do with this Jirachi. It's a very, very, I don't want to say it's a dick set, but it's going to work. And that's all that really matters to me. So in these last 2 months, I kind of wanted to outbulk him because a lot of his team is bulk. He has 3 main sweepers and Volcarona. I mean, he's 4 sweepers and 4 Pokemon, so his team is like kind of half and half. The way that I beat balance is with bulk. It's just how I'm most comfortable. And the bulkiest Pokemon on my team, actually from doing calcs this week, is Goodra. And Goodra has an amazing matchup because of the mixing potential. The thing that I think Juan's team has the biggest weakness to is anything that can be very mixed, like Electivire, like Goodra. Goodra with Thunder Punch, Flamethrower, Power Whip, and Earthquake can do so much damage to his entire team. Power Whip does so much to Gastrodon, it's not even funny. If I go for EQ on Raikou and he thinks, holy crap, I can't stay in, I'm going to go for Thunder Punch and I'm going to hit his Tornadus, and it does about 50%. Like, he cannot switch in on anything I have safely. He can switch in. If he stays in, he's going to get hurt. Like, it's just how it is. Flamethrower is a 2 KO on Skarmory. Earthquake is a very high hit on Volcarona. Thunder Punch, of course, I just said was for Tornadus. Mega Medicham can kind of sort of come in for free. However, I can EQ it and I can get the damage off to kill it with a Dark Pulse later on, or an Earthquake or a Thunder Punch from Electivire, things like that. So I'm not super worried about that. This thing also gives me a reliable check to Volcarona. Say my Clefable goes down. Say I'm stupid, I send it in on Mega Medicham and he goes for Poison Jab. I live it and I decide, hey, I'm going to stay in here because I'm stupid. And I lose it. This gives me a good check to it. What I can do is I can EQ it, get some damage off on it, scare it out, do whatever I have to do, because he can't 2 KO me with Assault Vest. He just can't. It's too bulky. I guess with a +2 he can. +1 he can't. So that's really nice. This thing just does so much work. It puts the hurting on his team and puts a lot of pressure on his team too, which is funny because it's just a wall, but it puts a lot of pressure on him to not stay in and to not take the damage that he could. So Goodra will come in very handy. And then last but not least, I have Milotic. It's a very standard Spadef Milotic. This Milotic is there just to take on Tornadus. I think he's going to have a Tornadus with like Sludge Wave, U-Turn, Knockoff, and maybe Superpower. Maybe Superpower. I could kind of sort of see I don't know. I honestly don't know. Maybe Icy Wind to slow me down a little bit. The only problem with him running Superpower is if he goes for Superpower and then I switch into Clefable to eat it up, and then he goes for Sludge Wave, I can eat one, and I can Thunder Wave him, and then he's kind of in a bad spot. So that's kind of where that is. So this thing is basically just there to help take on the Tornadus. I can come in, I can Scald things. He does not appreciate Scald. His team, even though he has Gastrodon, his team does not appreciate Scald. Torn doesn't appreciate status just because, even though it has Regenerator, it doesn't appreciate him because whenever it stays in to try to sweep, it doesn't like taking that extra damage. Raikou doesn't really like being toxic or burnt just because if he wants to be switching in and out with Volt Switch, he's going to take rocks plus the burn damage. Mega Medicham, if you burn it, you are a lord, Milotic. If you burn this thing, I will love you forever. Chestnut doesn't like burn, Skarm doesn't like burn, Volcarona doesn't like Scald, and Avalok doesn't like Scald. So there's a lot of things that just Milotic can dump a move on and be fine. But that's basically it. It's basically the team. But I think that might be all that I want to say. I think it is. I think that's all I want to say. But make sure you guys leave a like down below. Also leave a comment as to what you think I should have done better, how you would have done it, all that fun lovey-dovey stuff. Hope you guys have an absolutely fantastic day, and I'll see you guys in the battle. Bye!